Play 48.
Oh, man, you can't write this up. Surely this is not a true story. You cannot write this, man. This is mental. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is a very highly requested one. It got to a point at one point where this were commented, my first 5 comments on a couple videos, and I was like, I've got to do it. I just haven't found the time yet. It's an 18-minute reaction, but today we're going to be doing it. I'm looking forward to this one. It is 222-0. Pretty good. Episode 10. Now, I'm assuming this is 222. The scoreline, and this is an absolute beatdown by Georgia Tech versus Cumberland is what I'm getting from this image on screen right now. It sounds absolutely brutal. How the hell do you manage to score 222 points in one game? We're about to find out. We're about to have a story. I've been told this video is really good. I'm not sure. The scoreboard's incorrect at the moment. It says 22-0. Maybe it was a joke for 222. Let's see. Let's get straight into it, guys. Hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button as well. And let me know in the comments if you guys are watching any of the Euros. I know you're not all soccer fans, but I am an English soccer fan. And hopefully England's going to bring it home. We won our first game the other day. And let me know in the comments if any of you guys are supporting anyone in the Euros. I know you guys got like your CONCACAF and stuff over there for soccer. But let me know. I'd really appreciate that. And come on, England. Now, let's check out potentially what, the biggest beatdown in American football or the highest scoring game? I'm guessing it is. 222 is insane. Let's get straight into it, guys.
It's now been 100 years since the worst beatdown between grown adults in the history of American sports.
100 years, wow.
There's so much to tell. There's the dog that chased one of the players around the stadium. There's the kicker who caught his own kick for a touchdown. There's the player who entered the game, took a snap, threw the ball in the air in a state of sheer terror, ran off the field and hid. And of course, there's the score. In 1916, Georgia Tech's football team beat Cumberland College by a score of 202.
Man.
Oh.
There we go. Correct scoreboard now.
I forgot one.
Yeah, this editing seems sick as well, by the way. Oh my god. Yeah, that big quotes, man. Carried off the field unconscious. Paranoid McDonald's knees shook while his teeth consistent. Wow, this is a beatdown, man. What? Your editing's already sick, by the way. I'm gonna love this video, I can tell.
$222 points in a game. That is an unbreakable record. It has been 67 years since the team scored even half that many. To do this, Georgia Tech had to score 32 touchdowns in 55 minutes, which means it had to score a touchdown every minute 43.
Wow.
Now, it is fair to say that Georgia Tech was a million times better than Cumberland College, but
just a
that
bit
doesn't explain this. Vast superiority alone explains Secretariat, who won the Belmont by 31 lengths. It explains the 1940 Chicago Bears, who won the NFL championship 73-0. It explains the time UConn won.
Hopefully the sound is a bit better. I think it was a little bit quiet for you guys, so I've turned it up a little bit, and hopefully it's okay.
NFL championship 73-0. It explains the time UConn women's basketball took a 74-9 lead on SMU.
Wow.
Those are routes. Yeah, they're blowouts. This was an irrational, malicious act of cruelty that just happened to also technically barely be a sporting event. We have accounts of what happened. It's scoreable. We can score it. In the same way we can award a blue ribbon to a supernova. But first, let's understand where this malice came from. It's 1915. Cumberland's team, which used to be good, is now terrible. The coach is a reverend from around town who doesn't know the rules and doesn't approve of all the violence, so he makes up new practice drills that are more to his liking.
Oh
in
my
one drill,
God.
He has 2 guys stand a few feet apart and just lob the ball to each other over and over and over. In another drill, he has them sit in a circle and close their eyes, and he would place the ball behind one of them, and then they'd have to guess which one had the ball. It was like an even worse version of Duck, Duck, Goose. I don't know, I feel stupid even talking about it. Unsurprisingly, none of the players came back after that season, and it was up to George Allen, the 20-year-old athletic manager, to save Cumberland football.
Okay.
He figured that if the baseball team could get a little bit of buzz, it could sell enough tickets to finance the football team, so he arranged for Cumberland baseball to beat their opening opponent as badly as they could. The thing is, Cumberland players weren't good enough to do that, so he convinced the minor league baseball team to dress up in Cumberland's uniforms and play as them.
Wow.
It was an entire team full of ringers. I couldn't confirm this, but I believe the minor league team in question was the Nashville Volunteers, half of whom had Major League Baseball experience. Cumberland destroyed Georgia Tech, 22-0. They were hitting everything.
Oh my God.
After a while, they got bored and they just started bunting every at-bat. and they still scored 3 more runs just by bunting.
Oh, mate, that's disgusting. They've brought pros in. The pros are taking that much fun and taking the mick out of the other team. They're just bunting. They're not even playing properly and still bowing them. That is brutal, man. You can't be doing that. Wow.
Georgia Tech baseball was humiliated. And so
I'm not surprised.
Coach. His name was John Heisman.
This is the anger. The anger's coming.
Heisman was a great baseball coach, but he remains one of football's architects. Let's look at a modern-day football game. The scoreboard shows the down, yardage, and game clock. That was John Heisman's idea. The quarterback yells, "Hut." Heisman came up with that.
Wow,
then the center snaps the ball in the air to the quarterback. Heisman invented that. Then the quarterback throws a forward pass. Heisman invented that too.
So pretty much he invented the game of football. That's what I'm guessing from here. He invented the game of football.
This quarterback was the best in the nation, so they gave him a trophy called the Heisman Trophy.
That makes
sense,
man.
Up John Heisman, Cumberland angered a football god. 1916 rolled around, and Cumberland no longer had a football team. Heisman didn't care. Georgia Tech Cumberland was on the football schedule, and Heisman threatened to charge the school $3,000 if they forfeited. That's $66,000 in today's money, and it was more than Cumberland could comfortably afford. Heisman had another target: sports writers. Couldn't stand him. I mean, it's not for no reason. Sports writers are useless. Like, we are useless. Heisman took issue with the way sports writers oversimplified. They figured that the more points a team scored, the better that team was. Heisman knew it wasn't as simple as that, so he wanted to rack up as many points on Cumberland as he possibly could to show that if you really wanted to and your opponent was bad enough, you could score as much as you wanted.
This is going to be brutal.
In order to save themselves a crippling amount of debt, Cumberland rounded up a bunch of law students, some of whom didn't even know how to play football, and sent them to play against what may have been the best football team on the planet.
Oh my
It's
God,
the afternoon
man.
of October 7th, 1916. H.J. Carney waits for the opening kickoff to fall out of the sky.
And again, I hope this video is loud enough because it's quite quiet in my ears and I've tried to mess about with some of my recording settings. But if it is and this goes out, which hopefully it does because I ain't got a video for tonight if it doesn't, it is so well edited. A lot of the Photoshop clips as well is so impressive. And this, it's going to play the whole match out like this, I'm assuming. So this is so well edited. And go and check this channel out. It seems awesome. The link will be in the description. And I'm really enjoying this.
He doesn't move. He looks to his right, where Edwards, the quarterback, makes a block. He turns to his left, where a man listed as George Murphy gets ready to throw another block. This is not actually George Murphy. This is Johnny Dog Nelson, the only ringer George Allen was able to recruit this time around. He's a former player and a sports writer by trade. Here he is reporting on another football team a month from now. Johnny Dog whiffs entirely. Carney still hasn't moved. He's clobbered right where he caught the ball. Edwards, who made the first block, is knocked out cold.
What?
Cumberland has lost its quarterback on the first play of the game.
Oh my God.
Cumberland gains 3 yards on its first play from scrimmage. It's one of only 4 times they'll get past the line of scrimmage all day.
I mean, fair play. First play on scrimmage. They gain 3 yards. Cumberland, the comeback is on him. And we're not losing at this point. We do know the end score. As if, now this sounds brutal. Knocked out on the first play.
They choose to punt on 3rd down, and Tech scores 2 plays later. Cumberland fumbles on 1st and 10, Tech scores. Cumberland fumbles on 1st and 10 again, Tech scores again.
Oh my
By the
God.
18th play of the game, Tech is already up 28-0.
Wow.
Everything is as it should be. Georgia Tech is a powerhouse. They were in the middle of a 33-game undefeated streak that lasted more than 4 years.
Oh, this is brutal, man.
Up 28-0, Georgia Tech is stopped at the 1, but it's not because Cumberland stopped them. The opposite, actually. Tech's running back, Strupper, takes it to the 1 untouched. The Cumberland players actually get out of his way. But then he downs it. What happens next comes from a book about this game called You Dropped It, You Pick It Up by Jim Paul. It is the most complete source on this game I was able to find. Sadly, it's out of print. It explains that another of Tech's running backs, Canty Alexander, had yet to ever score a touchdown, and his teammates liked to give him grief about it. A week prior, Tech got to the 1 and handed Alexander the ball, and then his linemen just moved out of the way and let him get clobbered for 3 straight downs, and then they gave somebody else the ball to score on 4th down. They were gonna do the same thing here. The Tech players just hit the dirt and gave up, but then for some reason, the Cumberland players did too. Maybe they were scared, maybe it was some weird animalistic instinct, or maybe they just didn't know what to do. That left Alexander as the only man standing on the field, 1 yard from the goal. This should be the easiest touchdown of all time, but he bobbles the snap and he inadvertently boots it a couple of times before he finally recovers it in the end zone. As a 2-team effort, it's probably one of the dumbest plays in the history of football.
He gets a touchdown. Let's go. If I get the touchdown, I don't even care. I'm made up for that guy. I love the trolling by the teammates, though. You know, that's good banter. And again, it just shows confidence. Why are they even on the field? Why are they on the field? But again, this editing, the storytelling is awesome.
So after the touchdown, Georgia Tech receives the kickoff. Yeah, Georgia Tech, who just scored, receives the kickoff. See, back in the day, if your opponent scored on you, you had the option of kicking or receiving on the ensuing play. I don't know why you would ever do this or why this was an option, but it was. And throughout the game, Cumberland chose to kick after being scored on 5 times.
Wow.
Early in the second quarter, Tech leads 70-0. Against all odds, Cumberland actually finds itself a 3rd and 1. Coach Allen wants to catch them off guard, and he wants to do this by punting. George E. Allen will later go on to have an eventful life. He'll serve as a political operative and become close with FDR, Truman, and Eisenhower. They were presidents who had known him. He even wrote a book. It was called Presidents Who Have Known Me. But for now, he is a nervous 20-year-old nobody coaching against John Heisman.
And you're losing 70. You're losing by 70 points at this point. Obviously, you're going to be nervous. You're playing against a fantastic player who's influenced and changed the game completely. At this point, what can you actually do? Like, literally nothing.
He orders his team to punt. But in the huddle, they decide, no, we are absolutely not punting on 3rd and 1. They line up, Leon McDonald gets the pitch right, and then rather than go the 1 yard for the first down, he panics and punts anyway. It bounces out of bounds 11 yards downfield.
Oh my God.
Play 45. Morris Gouger fields the kick, and Georgia Tech's special team unit somehow overruns him. There's nothing but open field in front of him. He has daylight. Cumberland hasn't even made it to the 50-yard line yet. A touchdown would be unthinkable.
Yep.
Morris trips and falls over a teammate at his own 20.
Oh my God, no
His
way.
teammate was looking for his glasses. Play 48.
Oh, man, you can't write this up. Surely this is not a true story. You cannot write this, man. This is
Edwards,
mental.
the quarterback who was knocked out cold on the first play of the game, is sent back in. He can't really walk straight. He can't even talk. He is showing...
Yeah, there's definitely no concussion fears here. Obviously, it's 1960. Nobody cares about that back then. Nobody thought about it. No one really... I imagine no one realised it was an issue. Obviously, nowadays, he's concussed. He's out of the game. There's no way in hell he's playing now. That's mental to think.
Obvious concussion-like symptoms. He can't call for the snap. His impatient center snaps it anyway and pops him right in the head.
Oh, my God.
Edwards has now appeared in 2 plays and has been carried off the field unconscious 2 times.
Oh,
Later,
my
this will
God,
also
man.
happen a 3rd time. Today,
What?
we look on this with horror. Back then, a concussion was treated about as seriously as a Charlie horse. This game has entered an unbelievably lengthy sequence. Between plays 44 and 82, the line of scrimmage never leaves Cumberland's red zone. For 39 straight plays, about 1/3 of the game, the line of scrimmage for both teams is always inside the Cumberland 20.
Wow.
This is absolutely ludicrous, and it's also what makes Georgia Tech's total offense all the more impressive. See, Tech only managed 471 offensive yards, which is not a ton. That's because they dominated Cumberland's offense so completely that their own offense just didn't have enough room to gain a lot of yards.
Yeah, we're just gaining 20 yards every time. Oh, we got ball back 20 yards touchdown. Oh, we got ball back 20 yards
Look at
touchdown.
where their offense got the ball. Only a few of these could be considered real drives in the traditional sense.
Yep.
Most of them started inside the 20. They couldn't gain yards because they kept running out of them. Contrast this with a game Tech played against Vanderbilt in 2016, just a few weeks ago. Tech won 38-7. It was a great game for them. Taking into account turnovers, returns, and every other time they touched the ball on a play-by-play basis, they picked up 17% of the yards they could possibly get. And remember, that's a one-sided route.
Yeah.
The 1916 team picked up 72%
That's
of all
mental.
possible yards. No matter where you drop Georgia Tech on the field, they were highly likely to score immediately on that play.
That's insane.
It's staggering. Jim Priest is Georgia Tech's kicker, and he's bored. By the time this game is all over, he will have kicked 18 extra points. He bets his teammate a steak dinner that he can kick a ball through the uprights on a kickoff. But then he one-ups himself and he turns on the Jets. Morris Gouger, while lining up for the catch, smacks into the goalpost. The ball bounces off his head and into Priest's arms.
Oh
Jim
my
Priest has just caught his
God,
own kickoff
man.
for a touchdown.
What? That's insane.
It's
That
halftime.
is insane.
Coach Allen's team is physically and emotionally destroyed. Cumberland is losing 126-0. If that were a final score today, it would be the
That's
worst
still
final
insane.
score since 1932.
Wow.
Allen has no choice. He has to go talk to the man himself. He figures maybe Heisman will agree to end the game at 1/2. After all, Cumberland held up their end of the bargain. They showed up. Georgia Tech has all its gate receipts. It's true that John Heisman is a disciplined man. In fact, he was famous for telling his teams, better to have died a small boy than to fumble this football.
Wow.
But he's also a noble sportsman. Maybe he'll show mercy.
Nah, no mercy from him.
Heisman does agree to shorten the game by 5 minutes.
Oh, you know what? Fair play to him. You've asked. He's granted wishes. Maybe not the whole thing you wanted, but, I will let you off. We only scored 225 instead of 250. I feel like that's a bit reasonable to me. They agreed to a full game.
He is a creator of this game. He is a football god, and a god who takes instruction from the God of the Old Testament. He is here to reduce them all to pillars of salt. He is a creator of fear and of you. He will grind your bones to make his bread.
Yep.
Skimming 5 minutes off the end still guarantees Cumberland 25 minutes of horror. Sometimes a weak expression of pity is the deepest act of cruelty.
Yeah, man, that's all calculated, Phil. Oh, he's calculated, man.
Play 78. Johnny Dog fields the kick. He looks before him. All his teammates have fallen to the ground in resignation.
Wow.
He staggers to the 10, and then he joins them.
Oh, he just drops. Oh, my God. This is getting a bit sad, I'm feeling sorry for him.
Back in the game, despite being knocked unconscious twice. He takes the snap and pitches it to Johnny Dog, who pitches it back. Neither of them want the ball. They keep tossing it back and forth, demanding that they...
You get hit. No, you get hit. No, you get hit. Oh, my God, man. This is honestly so insane.
And the weight of a Georgia Tech tackler crashes down on them both.
Oh,
Edwards
my God.
is carried off the field a third time.
Wow.
All right. Brief disclaimer. I'm about to tell you a part of the story that I don't think is true. It's in the book, so I'm going to tell you about it, but... As the story goes, by now Cumberland is short on willing and able players. At least 2 players have run away and hid. 2 more players have leg injuries. So Coach Allen ties their injured legs together and has them hobble along on the field as one man.
Surely not. Surely not.
Play 84. Coach Allen sends in a law student known simply as Pee-wee, who is only here to impress his professors. Pee-wee does not know anything about the rules of football. He is ensured that he will not have to touch the ball or actually do anything. The center direct snaps him the ball. He stumbles around in a state of panic, then flings the ball away in fright. In the ensuing scramble, he runs away.
Oh my God,
He is now the
man.
4th Cumberland player to try to run out of Grant Field.
This is a shambles.
Where 2 other players are hiding. They don't want him to give away their hiding spot, so they throw him back over the fence.
Oh, yeah, because they're not going to notice you throwing him back over. Like, oh, yeah, we're not hiding here. They're not going to notice. What?
There is no escape. Play 86. Johnny Dog is chased around the stadium by an actual dog who has wandered in from the stands.
Where's that come from?
Why not? If you're a regular viewer, you'll probably remember this little guy. All I can conclude is that in the early 20th century, wild dogs were everywhere. Play 94. Georgia Tech scores to make it 173-0.
Ooh,
The point after attempt that follows is poetry. If Cumberland just lets this extra point sail through, the final score ends up being 223-0. But they block it, unwittingly ensuring the precision of Heisman's revenge. A 22-0 baseball loss is answered by a 222-0 unholy clobbering.
Mate, what are the chances of that?
I don't know how or why Cumberland finds resolve to fight at this moment, but they do. They execute what's known as the climb the ladder play, which has since been made illegal. One player gets on all fours and grabs the knees of a second player, who bends over at the waist and grabs the stomach of a third player. A fourth player, Vishy Woods, steps over their backs and shoulders and leaps as high as he can.
Wow. Thing is, you know what? For a side who are not skilled at all, don't really know what they're doing, that is a high skill move to pull out. That is amazing. Fair play. I rate it.
This is Vishy Woods' face before the play. This is Vishy Woods' face after this play.
What? Oh, oh my God. Okay, hit him right in the face. And that's just all right. I couldn't really make out. Wait, I thought it was shock or something like that. But damn. What a block, though. Yeah, what I'm saying is, I hope that's not too loud for you, because that's killing my ears. What are we watching? Just destruction. I have no clue what we just watched, but I think it was a demolition of Cumberland. Wow, man. Minus 33. Minus 20 net yardage on the punts. Wow. That's insane. That stat there is insane. Wow. Incredible, man. Just never bothered to throw a ball despite the fact their coach invented the forward pass. Wow, man. They didn't even bother. Yeah, the coach did it like, nah, got to respect him. We're playing against absolute noobs. We're just going to batter them by running. Wow. Mental. It wasn't even a full game as well. Well, hopefully they had good law careers. That's what I hope. Because they were not good football players. Wow, man. Fair play for them for giving it a go, though. Wow, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I did not expect it to go down that route. The editing was absolutely awesome. I'm sorry if it was loud and quiet in some parts and stuff like that. It's a very quiet video, and I tried my best to adjust the volume as we went along. But I really enjoyed that reaction. Let me know if you guys did in the comments below. Let me know what else you want me to react to in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know if you guys are watching any of the Euros, who you are supporting in that. Hopefully it's England. You know, we've got to support England. For me, I'll support America if England's not involved. You know, it's just a little mutual respect thing we've got going there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys, and have a fantastic day. Peace.